Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike and he's Jay, and today we're doing Hansel and Gretel.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
As soon as it comes on and they show her face, Jay's like, she's hot. I was like, I know. And then right then they clipped to Jeremy Renner and he was like, he's hot.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah.
First, the little kids, they get abandoned in the forest, as the little story goes. They meet up this woman, and they don't understand. She lives in a candy house, which is cool. It's like, yeah, but you know, obviously they've never learned stranger danger. I mean, you don't ever fucking go to a house that you don't know and like start eating their fucking house. Are you serious? Whatever, I don't care. But yeah, so they go up there, and she turns out to be bitch witch, and she wants to eat them. They're like, fuck that shit. They throw that bitch in a fire, roast her ass good. They break out, they hightail it to Grown-Upsville, slap some leather on, get badass, get a crossbow, and fuck some shit up.
My name is Gretel, and this is my brother Hansel.
I'm not going to have you telling me what to do.
How do you best kill a witch? Cutting off her head tends to work.
And they get the title of witch hunters. They hunt down these witches, and there's this big bad witch they're hunting throughout the movie, played by Famke Janssen, I guess. Famke.
Hotness.
Oh,
extreme
God
hotness.
damn no. This movie's really big time fantasy. A lot more fantasy than I actually thought it was going to be. I kind of thought it was going to be more horror fantasy.
Yeah, there was no scary parts really.
No, I'm going to say it was kind
There was
of
even a CG giant.
Yeah, he looked like Shrek coming out of the forest. He did, and he was like all happy. His name was Edward too. I want to give him a hug. I would say this movie is kind of a mix between Beetlejuice, A Nightmare Before Christmas, and you said in the theater.
Schindler's List?
Yes, just like Schindler's List. Don't take your kids to go see this.
No, it's a definite rated R movie, which is nice. That's one of the things I did like about it, is that there's nasty blood splattering. There's even some boobage for a second.
Boobies and butties.
Yeah, and there's a 3D butt.
That's a pain in the buns. 3D wasn't bad, actually.
It actually wasn't. I mean, for a while there, I was like, this 3D sucks. Because, like, the depth part of it's not very good. Like, the landscaping and stuff's not. Kind of like in The Hobbit, that part was awesome. In this one, it's not at all. But, like, the throwing shit at your face stuff, that's fun.
It was expensive, though. We fucking bought our tickets and shit, and the guy was like $27. And I was like, why don't you take the fucking feelings out of my teeth? Like, special effects in this movie were really cool. Like, they did a really cool job on the makeups and stuff like that for the witches.
The makeups?
Well, makeups, because it's plural.
I realized what it is about this film that was just, there was something, and like first of all, let me say I kind of enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed the movie. Like it's if you've seen Drive Angry, it's that kind of just like it's a visceral film. It's action, and there's cool one-liners and shit like that.
Well, that's new.
Hell yeah!
Morning, sunshine.
You know, a popcorn action flick that's rated R, but I couldn't figure out, like, something's missing. This just feels really empty. And what it is that there is not a single person in this film has an ounce of character development.
Not really.
Everyone's the exact same in the end of the movie as they were at the start of the movie. There's not. It feels like there's not a story. It's just there. It's like a TV show almost.
It's still fun. It's just there's not a lot of going on beneath the surface, I guess.
Yeah, which I mean you don't expect it to be. I mean you're talking about Hansel and Gretel witch hunters to come back with all these fancy.
We were talking about that. I was like, Hollywood is really scraping the fucking barrel. I mean, I know they reuse plots, but Jesus Christ, they're tapping children's books to make movies now. They're like, and I just want to be on the board. Like I was telling him, I was like, the guy brought that in. The script. It's like, this movie's gonna have action. This movie's gonna have witches. This movie's gonna be badass. It's gonna be like a League Story Gentleman, and it's fucking called Hansel and Gretel. And the guy was like, the children's book? I was like, no, it's called Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. It's later.
I compared it to Army of Darkness. It's not like Army of Darkness at all. That's not what I mean. But it had potential for that. Like the scenes that are just like over the top out there, where Jeremy Renner is like, shut the fuck up to someone or something like that. Like little funny scenes, and then over the top action, over the top gore in certain parts. They had that Army of Darkness feel to them, but they never really capitalized on it. It was like here and there, like little pieces of it.
Let's start with this. Shoot anything that moves.
I see you got my invitation.
I have my sister.
Behind Gretel comes up behind the guy and like she sticks a gun in the back of his head and she's like, if you make one more move, I'll blow your fucking brains out over all these hillbillies. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the kind of movie we're in for now.
Yeah. As soon as that's the exact moment that I was like, oh cool, this is gonna be neat.
So it goes from like gothic fantasy dark stuff, and then it goes to like rock and roll gothic. Yeah. And it was badass.
Some of the best scenes, like the very last scene when you think the movie's over, there's something extra there, so stick in your seats. It's not long. I mean, it's right after the credits come up.
How do you stick to your seats? Is there something
Stick
on
in them
There's
seats.
something on the seat.
I just came.
No.
When they go go into the full blown action is what I'm trying to say. It's cool.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time it's just an average movie. But sometimes it rises a little bit above that. So I mean, at the end of the day, I love Jeremy Renner in this. Like I think he's good at just about everything he does. I think sometimes he just picks movies that just don't pop out at you.
Yeah.
This was a good role for him. I hope they do a sequel and just get a little bit more crazy with it.
That's
get a little bit more rated R.
And the only thing we were talking about this, and I wish it was true. Like I really wish Jeremy Renner had more dialogue scenes. And like he doesn't talk that much. I mean, he does have scenes in it and stuff, but it's just not enough. Like
the brother sister thing doesn't really work.
That was the weird shit right there.
It's supposed to be all about that, but it doesn't really work, does it?
There was a lot of sexualness going on. Like there's a scene where he finds Gretel where he's been searching for her, and he finds her, and like he's like, oh, Hansel, and they're like looking at.
Yeah, they're like holding each other's face and like rubbing each other's arms for like a full minute. And I get it. I mean, if I was looking for my sister for like 4 years and I found her, I still wouldn't touch her that much.
I was like,
there'd be a strong hug. There'd be a strong hug. But while I'm hugging her, I wouldn't run my hands down her hair, and I wouldn't. This is getting weird.
You're describing it in detail, sir.
No, that's what they were doing.
No, I know what they were, but I don't know. There was something like it just didn't match the chemistry of what that brother sister shit. I mean, it just didn't.
It felt like they were having sex off the set.
I know, and it was like some guy walking. He's like, "You made out with your sister."
Me and my sister, we have a past.
I was like, if it makes sense. I was like, yeah, you probably did, you dirty
It might
shit.
be the beginning of the first thing.
Well, dude, there's a scene where he's like kind of Hansel. Jeremy Renner's kind of standoffish to this like red-haired girl that wants to do it with him because he's like, and he's buying like this girl's
she
dress.
wants to make it with him.
Yeah,
she wants to make the whoopee.
Quickly before the nightfall goes in. Yeah, like that.
That's 2 Dan Cook references in one video. I just want to throw that out there.
Quickly before the fall goes in. That do you like? I was like, yeah, but I mean, it's just like he's standoffish with her, and I was like, is it because he like fucks his sister? It's just like it's like one of those weird things.
They're supposed to be brother and sister, but like I said, when you're watching it, you get the sense that her and Jeremy Renner were having sex when no one was looking. So maybe that just oozed through the screen. I don't know.
I kind of was gonna go with the angle that maybe they weren't really brother and sister. Like that was gonna be the reveal. Like you're not brother and sister.
That would have been weird.
You gotta be kidding me.
But yeah, so overall, I'm gonna give this movie a pound booba doody. I'm gonna give it a 7.0.
7.0. I'm gonna go with a 6.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a 6.5. It was okay.
By the way, cut out that booty because I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's like a rock and roll video that's just really fun.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome. And by the way, I was just gonna tell you, make sure that you get your Coke and your popcorn when you go see this movie. Get some Skittles and some Juju Beans and some Twizzlers because when that fucking scene of that candy house comes up, whoa, this fucking
Yeah,
good
just
look.
start eating the fucking.
Oh god, dude.
Oh, it's like you've been in the woods for 8 minutes, dude. Chill.
I would fucking totally eat the house up. I'd just eat that house. I was like, I will eat your house.
Very careful how you say that.
Eat your
I
house.
will eat your house.
You sound like a retarded Arnold.
I will eat
I
your
your house.
Mark Wahlberg and Peter. Let me eat your fucking house.
It'd be funny if Mark Wahlberg was in this movie and drinking like he was in Broken City and punching people in the woods. What's your favorite Jeremy Renner movie?
Yeah, what's your favorite Jeremy Renner movie? I think everybody's gonna have the same one.
My favorite Jeremy Renner movie is Hawkeye.
The Hurt Locker.
Why are you being serious? Yeah. All right, so I'm Jay. This is Michael. We'll see you next time
on
CBS.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.